Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the live proceeding of the Senate this afternoon, being an afternoon sitting of the House on the 9th day of April, the year being 2023, and we are so glad that you're watching. In the highlights in the order of business this afternoon is resumption of debate on a number of bills. Among them is the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of the year 2023, the consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disability Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of the year 2023, and the County Public Finance Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of the year 2023, and the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, the County Assembly's pension, this being the County Assembly's pension scheme, Senate Bills number 14 of the year 2024, the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, and the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of the year 2022. The debate on a number of these bills have already been concluded upon, and what awaits is the division where the House will be voting on the bills. There are about 5 bills or so, but quorum in the House will determine if the vote will be put on the bills. That the debate, which is usually 3 hours, has already been concluded. The House this afternoon is set to debate the report of the Standing Committee on Matters Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations and the Standing Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs and Human Rights on a petition to the Senate by Mr. Laban Omusundi concerning the restraining of county governments from hiring law firms to represent them in courts. This is a matter that senators are taking keen interest owing to the funds that come to the public interest of the monies owed to various lawyers by various county governments. But away from that, we have the establishment of the National Teaching and Referral Hospitals in Kenya, being a motion by the Senator for Taita Taveta County, Senator Jones Maruma. In this motion, the Senator for Taita Taveta County wants the Senate to urge the Ministry of Health to do a number of things. Among them is to establish the National Teaching and Referral Hospitals in the Coast, Eastern, Northeastern, Nyanza, and Western regions. And away from just establishing them, the Ministry of Health is supposed to equally equip the National Teaching and Referral Hospitals with modern medical equipment and medical supplies, as well as personnel. And finally, that the county governments do allocate more funds to their respective health dockets to adequately facilitate their county level 5 and level 6 hospitals in order to enhance the provision of critical health services, to reduce the demand for such services from the National Teaching and Referral Hospitals. The House will be communicated to this afternoon, as well as papers being laid, and a number of senators will be seeking for statements pursuant to the House Standing Orders number 53, subsection 1. The Deputy Speaker of the House is in the chambers this afternoon. My name is Gladys Mungai. Enjoy your viewing, and good afternoon.
Honored Senators, Almighty God, we beseech you to imbue with your abundant favor and blessings as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come into deliberation in so just and faithful manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and all those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Confirm whether you have quorum, clerk. If we have quorum, then lead out the first order. Order senators, Senator Medu. Okay.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Order senators, I have a communication that I want to make. Senator Roba, the lunch honeymoon break is over, so concentrate, we do some work. This communication is on a visiting delegation from the Taita Taveta County Assembly. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the Speaker's Gallery this afternoon, a visiting delegation from the Taita Taveta County Assembly. Senator Onyonka, what is it? The delegation consists of members of the county leadership and the Speaker's panel who are undertaking a benchmarking visit to the Senate. Honorable Senators, I request that each member of the delegation rise when called so that they may be acknowledged in the Senate tradition. 1, Honorable Lawrence Muzuka, Deputy Majority Leader. 2, Honorable Stephen Zai, Deputy Majority Whip. 3, Honorable Nancy Mwakio, first panelist. 4, Honorable Lilian Kidali, second panelist. 5, Honorable Daniel Kimuyu, third panelist. 6, Honorable Brayson Mwambi, fourth panelist. 7, Mr. Frederick Mwabili, Principal Legal Officer. Mr. Johnson Mulambo, Committee Clerk. Ms. Karen Muzai, Committee Answered. Last but not the least, Mr. Ruben Mwanyolo, Sergeant at Arms. On behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, I extend a warm welcome to the delegation and wish them all the best for the remainder of their visit. Thank you. Senator representing Taita Taveta County. Welcome the delegation. And 1.5 minutes. Let me undo that second.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me join you in welcoming the delegation from Taita Taveta. These are members and staff of the Speaker's panel of this Great Assembly of Taita Taveta. They are on a learning tour in the Senate. I know they've taken opportunity to learn as much as they can through discussions, through observing, and so on. And Mr. Speaker, learning is a continuous process. Learning is a lifelong process. They have come to better their expertise in running the Great Assembly of Taita Taveta. Assemblies, Mr. Speaker, just like the Senate, are for debate. And I know after they leave this Senate, they'll be better placed to guide debate in the Great Assembly of Taita Taveta. Mr. Speaker, these are our compatriots in the assemblies, and their major work and ours is to make sure that devolution works. Mr. Speaker, I've always said that devolution is the best thing that our country gave to ourselves in the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And for small counties like ours, Mr. Speaker, where we were being asked, how many votes are you bringing on the table so that we can give you development? Today, Mr. Speaker, with the advent of devolution, we are able to get a lot of resources from the center, from Nairobi to our county, and use it for the development of our people. I know all these are my friends, and I know they are very capable members and staff, and I know after they leave this place, then there'll be a better place to run the Assembly of Taita Taveta. There was a time we wanted to come to Senate Mashinani, but we did not have adequate infrastructure. I know you're working on that. I passed via the Assembly the other day, and so we'll continue fighting so that at one point before this session ends, then you can come for Senate Mashinani in Taita Taveta. Karibuni sana, and when you go back, greet the great people of Taita Taveta. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Senate Majority Leader. Senate Majority Leader, do you have papers to read? Or your generals can do that for you?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Majority Leader, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 9th April 2025. The Environmental Management and Coordination, Strategic and Integration, Environmental Assessment and Environmental Audits, number 2, Regulation, Legal Notice 71 of 2025. Senate Majority Leader.
There is an intervention from Senator Sifun Edwin. What is your intervention all about?
Honorable Speaker, if you allow me in just 1 minute, when you are mentioning the names of the delegation from Taita Taveta, I was very pleased to hear the name of Nancy Mgoy, who's sitting there, Honorable Speaker, when I was appointed SG of ODM in 2018.
I want to confirm, you said Honorable Nancy?
Mgoy, that was her maiden name. I think she has
now changed it to Nancy Mwakio.
Yes, I wanted to speak about those, some of those developments, Honorable Speaker. Just in 1 minute, I wanted to say that I'm extremely proud to hear that she's now an honorable member and she's on the panel of speakers in Taita Taveta. Because back in 2018, when I was appointed SG of ODM, she was the receptionist at our party headquarters. And therefore, I am very happy that the mentorship school in ODM is working and is producing leaders, and I want to encourage her to continue. Maybe next time she will be sitting here when the current senator of Taita Taveta is the governor of Taita Taveta. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Fine. Let's go to the next one.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next one.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
So, understanding on the 53-1, Senator Esther Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a request for statement on the termination of funding of the scholarship program by the National Research Fund and German Academic Exchange Service. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the termination of funding for the postgraduate scholarship program by the National Research Fund and the German Academic Exchange Service for Kenyan students in Germany. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, reasons behind the sudden termination of funding for the scholarship program by the National Research Fund in collaboration with the German Academic Exchange Service for Kenyan students pursuing postgraduate studies in Germany. 2, the contract agreement between the National Research Fund and the DAAD outlining the terms and conditions of the funding for the program. 3, plight of affected Kenyan students currently in Germany who are relying on the scholarship to complete their studies and the impact of the termination on their academic progress. Finally, steps taken by the Kenyan government to ensure that the National Research Fund fulfills its funding obligations to prevent disruption of learning for students currently enrolled in the program. Senator Esther Okenyuri, MP, thank you.
Senator Professor Tom Ojenda. So that statement is dropped. Senator Rafael Chimela, MP. I was approached by Senator Okenyuri that she has received a hotline from Chimela, Senator Chimela, to read the statement.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm reading this on behalf of Senator Rafael Chimera, and its request for a statement on the cancellation of declared 171 positions by Judicial Service Commission. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights regarding the cancellation of 171 vacancies that had been declared by the Judicial Service Commission. Mr. Speaker, sir, in November 2024, the Judicial Service Commission advertised 171 vacancies, including 60 positions for legal researchers. Additionally, the Commission opened applications for 111 internship opportunities across various fields. However, on 4th March 2025, the Commission issued a public notice announcing the cancellation of all recruitment processes due to the fiscal constraints affecting the country. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the reasons why the Commission did not consider its financial status before advertising the positions, thus giving Kenyans false hopes. 2, how the Commission plans to address the issue of legal researchers who are required in large numbers following the said cancellation. 3, whether the recruitment process will now be factored in the financial year 2025-2026 budget, and in the event of a re-advertisement, if the Commission will give priority to those who had applied previously. On behalf of Senator Rafael Chimera, MP, thank you.
Senator Mohamed Faki, you are on intervention again. What is it?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I want to I have a point of clarification, if you allow me. I proceed? Yes, Honorable Speaker, last week there was a request for statement on the Technical University of Kenya, which was made in this House, and members contributed to that statement. My brother and the Senator for Tana River, Honorable Mungatana, made a contribution, and in his contribution referred to the Technical University of Mombasa. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Technical University of Kenya and the Technical University of Mombasa are two different institutions run by two different managements. In fact, the Technical University of Mombasa is doing very well, and this year it has been accredited to offer a degree in medicine. For the first time, a university in Mombasa is being granted a program in medicine by the Commission for Higher Education. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, the submissions by Senator Mungatana were not well received by the management of the Technical University of Mombasa, because that university is functioning well, students are happy, there are no strikes, and in fact, the fact that the university has been accredited to offer medicine is sufficient proof that the university management is being run very well.
So what are you seeking to?
I'm seeking maybe my brother, Senator Mungatana, should clarify that the reference was in regard to Technical University of Kenya, which is located in Nairobi. The Technical University of Mombasa is well and is functioning well. They have no pending bills. Their students are going on with their studies without any problem. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Mungatana, I'm not understanding. Maybe does you want Senator Mungatana to expunge that statement from the answer? What are you seeking to do? Huh? Because when Senator Faki approached me, I asked him whether he has conversed that matter with Senator Mungatana, under Senator Chelgei, under. So, Senator Faki, Senator Mungatana has nothing to say on that issue you are listening. Because I can see him as nothing to add or subtract. So we proceed with other business. Senator Mutinda, you read the statement on behalf of Senator Aminda Kibwana.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to read a statement for Senator Hamida on the state of the local textile industry and the participation of the youth. Mr. Speaker, she rises pursuant to Standing Order 53-1, seeking a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding the state of the Kenyan's local textile industry, noting that Kenya is now the largest importer of the second-hand clothes in Africa, with imports valued at 18 billion in 2023. Mr. Speaker, the rising dependence on mitumba clothing, while offering affordability for many Kenyans, raises concerns about the viability of local textile manufacturing and the country's industrial priorities and the potential loss of jobs, especially among the youth. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the measures being taken by the government to support the growth of modernization and competitiveness of Kenya's local textile industry and apparel manufacturing sector. 2, the policies in place to regulate the importation of second-hand clothes and how they align with the Kenya's industrialization agenda of the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. 3, the interventions targeting youth participation in the textile value chain, including training, innovation hubs, financing or startup incubations in tailoring, design, production, and distribution. 4, the government strategies to revitalize local cotton farming and fabric production, including investments in value addition and collaboration with the private sector and the county governments. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, the alignment of Kenya's textile industry with the regional trade frameworks, such as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and the country's competitiveness in regional and international textile markets. Senator Hamida Kibwana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I can see a few senators want to make comments on the statements. Senator Samson Chelagay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to comment on a few statements. The statement by Senator Esther Okenyuri on the suspension of academic program to the students who are currently in German. Mr. Speaker, many Kenyans don't know that the Ministry of Education normally gives out scholarships. Mr. Speaker, what I want to ask the Education Committee, chaired by Senator Montet, is that they should go further and tell us who are normally the beneficiaries of Ministry of Education scholarship, Mr. Speaker. You know, this is the same ministry that were operating hot air secondary schools in Baringo, where billions of shillings were being lost in non-existent secondary schools in Baringo through the capitation. Mr. Speaker, no Kenyan, ordinary Kenyan has benefited from this scholarship. It is the who is who, Mr. Speaker, and I want to appeal to the Education Committee to table the list of beneficiaries of academic scholarship from Ministry of Education for the last 5 years, Mr. Speaker, so that you can know the truth, Mr. Speaker. It is unfortunate the beneficiaries of this scholarship are normally well-to-do Kenyans, yet the Olopolois, Mr. Speaker, are not benefiting. Say that we are leaving many young Kenyans from vulnerable countries, from vulnerable communities, Mr. Speaker, to the spirit of abracadabra, where they are just they have succeeded, they have applied for this scholarship, but since they don't have anybody's connection, Mr. Speaker, they are not able to benefit, Mr. Speaker. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of issue of Judicial Service Commission, Mr. Speaker, the reason there is a backlog in most of the court cases that we have in this country, where almost 500,000 court cases are being filed yearly, is because lack of legal researchers. You find the magistrate, the judge, they are now writing shorthand notes, they go and do research, they write judgment, Mr. Speaker. That is why when you appear before a court of law, as we talk today, Mr. Speaker, you cannot get a hearing date up to 2026, mid-2026, because of lack of enabling systems within our court system, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, the hiring of legal researchers by Judicial Service Commission should be made expeditious, Mr. Speaker, should be expedited, Mr. Speaker, so that we can get more legal researchers. Even here, Mr. Speaker, members of Senate, the reason your office is well-resourced is because we have most of the legal researchers that we have, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to challenge the Judicial Service Commission that they must and should ensure that legal researchers are in place, Mr. Speaker. And we are aware, Mr. Speaker, that Judicial Service Commission, chaired by Chief Justice Martha Koome, has failed in the fight against corruption in courts of law. And we are aware, Mr. Speaker. You remember even the court case of Kawira Mwangasa, Mr. Speaker. Some of us, and I'll be tabling damning report, that money has been oiling hands. And you remember the EACC arrested a number of judges with millions of shillings, Mr. Speaker, even in the case of Said Chitembo, who was thrown out, Mr. Speaker. So the Judicial Service Commission, Mr. Speaker, and I want to ask Senator Miraj that if she wants to win the Senate of Mombasa, she should learn to listen more and understand where we are coming from, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, the fight against judiciary, you can go to Milimani, Makadara. Justice is being sold to the highest bidder, Mr. Speaker. And we meet many Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. They are complaining that they have been in court from 50s, from 70s, from 80s, even in succession matters, Mr. Speaker. You had a allegation where a chief magistrate here in Kiambu was demanding 2% of the estate of most of the succession matters in court, Mr. Speaker. So I want to challenge the Judicial Service Commission. They must rise beyond and fight corruption within and without the judiciary, Mr. Speaker, so that Kenyans can access justice to wherever they are. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully submit and support all these statements. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Mbete Montet.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to support the statement by Senator Esther Okinyuri. And Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to also inform my colleague, Senator Cheregai, that the Education Committee currently is in the process of actually auditing the counties on the bursaries that are being paid outside this country. And for that information that he has given, I can assure you that we are going to include that the Ministry of Education should also give us an audit of all the bursaries which are being given or paid for outside this country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, next on.
Order number 8, Committee of the Whole, the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, Division. Order number 9, Committee of the Whole, consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill. Order number 10, Committee of the Whole, the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 39 of 2023. Order number 11, Committee of the Whole, the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. Order number 12, Committee of the Whole, the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024. Order number 13, Committee of the Whole, the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023. And order number 14, Committee of the Whole, the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022.
You know, Senators, you must know the traditions of the House. When we get to the Committee of the Whole and the chair stands up, you must bow like this. And the other side, yes. These are small things which really are very, very necessary.
Honorable members, honorable members, we are in the Committee of the Whole divisions. We will start with the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023. And for purposes of order and ensuring that we have numbers, I'll direct the Sergeant at Arms to ring the quorum bell for 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes for honorable members to resume back to the chamber. Do we have members, Honorable Clerk? Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms, you may now close the door and draw. Close the door, Sergeant at Arms. We now. There is a member who is trying to enter the chamber. Allow him to come in. All right, close the door. Now, honorable members, we can resume our seats. Majority Leader, Senator Mofaya, Senator Kavindu, please take your seat. Senator Kavindu, take your seat. Honorable members, we will be starting with the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, Committee of the Whole. I will ask honorable members to remove your cards from your delegates' point. And Sergeant at Arms, kindly withdraw the cards from unattended delegate stations.
I have the questions. Yes. Now, I want to give you this schedule.
Once that is done, honorable members, I will shortly be directing that you log in.
Yeah, she's out. So for this particular, you're only voting on one, you only have one vote, one division.
Honorable members, for this particular bill, we are only voting on one, that is both clauses, and we'll vote once. We are setting up for purposes of facilitating you to vote. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 2, I now put the question on all clauses that clause 2 the title and clause 1 be part of the bill. Proceed to vote, honorable members. That's it for this one.
Yeah, that's it. We can prepare for the next one.
This is 22 project. Honorable members, please vote. Those who have not voted, please vote. I can't vote from here, right? The next one is the National Assembly Amendment to the Persons with Disabilities Bill.
So for this one, so in this one, you have two divisions, one on all amendments, clauses with amendments, then the new
We're done with the amendments, or rather the division on the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023. We are proceeding to division on Members, we are proceeding to division on the National Assembly Amendment to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023. And in this one, we have got two divisions. First is on clauses with amendments, and second with the new clauses which are being introduced. I will now proceed to put the question that the National Assembly amendments to clauses 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 20, 21, 25, 26, 28, 29, 45, 50, 56, 62, 63, 65, 66, 72, and 74 of the Persons with Disability Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023 be approved. Honorable Senators, you may now proceed to vote. For those who have not voted, members proceed to vote. Please vote.
Will we be required to go back and confirm on the other one?
The voting has ended.
We can give them like 5 minutes to confirm whether everyone has voted.
Sorry?
I can watch. Oh, yes. Confirming. Confirm that. What? How can you confirm it?
They voted for me.
Yeah, here is the stapler. So this is 26. Someone has not voted.
Somebody didn't vote?
These are 26. Someone has not voted.
Oh, Juma boy. Senator Wakoli, please approach the chair here. Similarly, Senator Samson Cherargei, please approach the chair. Bring them on. I told you I can. Order, honorable senators.
This is one bill. This is question one on the next bill. Question two on the next bill. So results.
Now, honorable senators, we are proceeding to the second division on this same bill, dealing with new clauses. And I will proceed to put a question that the National Assembly amendments to insert new clause 36A, new clause 66A, and new clause 73A to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023 be approved. Honorable members, you may now proceed to vote. We still have got one more, honorable senators. Just wait for us to confirm those who will need to be assisted to vote. Then we will go to the last division. Senator Richard Onyonga proceed to the chair to be assisted to vote. We are proceeding to the next division, that is division on the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023. In this one, we also have got two divisions. I'll proceed to put the question that Clause 6 and Clause 8 be amended as proposed. Honorable Senators. Proceed to vote on clauses with amendments, Clause 6 and 8. Members, we are now proceeding to the next division on the same bill on all clauses, and I'll proceed to put the question that clauses 3, 4, 5, 6 as amended, clause 7 and 8 as amended, clause 9, clause 2, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Members, you proceed to vote. Honorable members, take note that the voting time is shorter. We have got 15 seconds to go. Those who have not voted, please proceed to vote. Senator Onyonka, please proceed to the chair. Senator Kavindu, approach the chair as well. Don't you worry. Come and vote. Come and vote. Senator Seki, please approach the chair. Senator Tabitha, Senator Cherargei, you're playing with your phones in the chamber, or that is the majority leader? Let's respect the House, honorable members. Whoever is playing loud music on their gadgets in the House, please. Order, Senator Mundigi. Now, honorable members, we are proceeding.
We've done the deletion 4 and 6. We have already finished. We have already done all clauses. We are done.
No, please, we have another bill.
We are on another bill. No.
Honorable members, we are now on the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. We also have got 2 divisions. Senator Cherargei. Honorable Senators, I'll proceed to the question on the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. I put the question that clauses 4 and 5 be deleted as proposed. Members, vote.
So on the next one, there are 2 parts. So we'll only read one.
We'll do only. So this one is out. Senator Wakoli, kindly approach the chair.
This is the first page.
We are proceeding to the second division on this particular bill on all clauses. And I'll proceed to put the question. Honorable members, I now proceed to put a question that clauses 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable members, proceed to vote. The next one. It's a vote one. Can the assembly sponsor scheme?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Look for other people, there are 3.
There are 3.
Other 3 apart from the majority leader.
Senator Samson Cherargei, please approach the chair. Senator Kathuri Murungi, the Deputy Speaker, approach the chair of the Leader of Majority. Senator Lelengwe. We are now proceeding to the next bill, that is the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024. We have got 4 divisions. Now we'll proceed to put the question that clause 52 be deleted. Honorable Senators, I put the question that clause 52 be deleted. Start to vote. Senator Faki, proceed to approach the chair. In this one, we've got three more divisions. We'll proceed to the next division on the County Assembly's pension scheme. New clauses, that is clause 46A and 46B, and I put the question that new clauses 46A and 46B be now read a second time. Honorable members, let's proceed to vote. Senator Juma Boy, please proceed to get assisted to vote. The Deputy Speaker, Kathuru Murungi, Senator Alan Chesang, and Senator Dr. Alexander Mundigi. Senator Alan Chesang. And only Chairman noise. Honorable Senators, we are proceeding to the third division on clauses with amendments, and I put the question that clauses 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 13, 23, 24, 26, 29, 49, 53, clause 2, and the title be amended as proposed. Honorable members, proceed to cast your vote. Senator Cherargei. last one, but there are how many other bills? There are 2 more bills, so around another 15 minutes max. Senator Cherargei? Who else?
Senator Boy,
Senator Juma Boy?
Senator Kaduri.
Senator Kathuri Murungi?
We're looking for one more. 2 more bills. National disaster and land.
Senator Lominen? Senator Lominen, please proceed to the chair.
So now we're going to all clauses. I think you can start putting the question on the next one.
I'm chatting with my constituency. Honorable Senators, we are on the last division on the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024 on all clauses. And I put the question that clauses 3, 4 as amended, 5 as amended, 6 as amended, 7, 8, and 9 as amended, 10 and 11 as amended, 12 and 13 as amended, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 as amended, 24 as amended, 25 and 26 as amended, 27, 28, 29 as amended, clauses 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49 as amended, clauses 50, 51, and 53 as amended, clause 54, new clause 46A, new clause 46B, clause 2 as amended, the title as amended, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable Senators, may now proceed to vote. So new clause, clauses with amendments, and all clauses. Honorable members, we are proceeding to the next bill. That is the national. All right, let's wait. We confirm the voting on the other bill. Senator Fatuma Dulo proceed to vote from the clerk's desk. Okay, members, we are now proceeding to the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023. We have got 3 divisions. First division on new clauses. Senators, I proceed to put the question that new clauses 41A, 41B, 41C, 41D, 41E, and 52A be now read a second time.
Violence.
Honorable members, order members, Senator Faki, we are doing the division of the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022. This one has got only one division on clauses with amendments, and I proceed to put the question. Honorable members, I correct that this one has got two divisions. The first one on clauses with amendments. I put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed. Honorable senators, proceed to vote on that first division. Members who have not voted, please vote. You've got 10 seconds to go. Those who have not voted, please vote. He's not voted. Senator Mbugwa, please approach the chair. Senator Murgor, Recha. Senator Kisang. Senator Wambua Enoch. Who else? Senator Agnes Kavindu. Senator Kavindu. Senator Kavindu, please approach the chair to vote. Senator Maruma. Senator Maruma, approach the chair to vote. Senator Okongo Mogeni. Senator Okongo Mogeni, proceed to vote. Who else? So we go to the second one. Now we are going to proceed to the next division. Honorable senators, honorable members, order members, in division on all clauses, I will proceed to put the question that clause 3, clause 2, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable members, proceed to vote on all clauses. Senator Seki, Commissioner Omatinga, let us be orderly. Take your seats, honorable members, and vote. Honorable members, please vote. You've got under 10 seconds to vote now. Senator Mungatana. Senator Tang, yuko. Honorable Senators, these are the results.
Let's wait a bit. This is number?
This is the last one is number 6. It's number 6.
So here.
That should be number 6. Okay. Honorable members, I'll now report the results of the votes on the 6 divisions we've done. On Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 42 of 2023, ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. On the second division, the National Assembly amendments to Persons with Disability Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023. Results are as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. The results for question 2 on the same bill: ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. The next reporting is on County Public Finance Bill. The results: ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. The second division on this particular bill, results as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. The fourth bill, this is the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. The results are as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. On the second division on the same bill, results as follows: 27 ayes, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. Next, honorable members, the results on the County Assembly Pensions Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024. The results as follows: ayes 30, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it. On the second division on the same bill, the results as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstention 0. And the third division on the same bill, the results as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. And the last division on the same bill, the results as follows: ayes 27, nays 0, abstentions 0. The ayes have it. Now, honorable senators, the reporting of results on the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2022. The results as follows: ayes 32, nays 0, abstentions 0. And the ayes have it. The second division on the same bill, the results as follows: ayes 31, nays 0, abstention 0. The ayes have it.
Now, on the national disaster risk, we are unable to proceed. We will report progress and seek leave to sit again tomorrow on the land national disaster.
Honorable members, on the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023, we are just going to report progress, and we will seek leave to sit again tomorrow on this particular bill. Now, honorable members, we are proceeding to report on the bills. I'll call upon the first bill is the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023. We call upon the mover, Senator Sifuna, to move.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, and its approval thereof without amendments.
Now, honorable senators, I put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, and its approval thereof without amendments. With amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I will go back to put the question on the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023. And I proceed to put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, and its approval thereof without amendments. And will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We are proceeding to the next, reporting on the National Assembly Amendment to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023. I will ask the mover to move. Senator Asige.
Thank you very much, Speaker. As I rise to do so, may I just take a moment to express my gratitude to this House for the support that they've given the disability community by helping to pass this bill. Speaker, I'm completely undone and overwhelmed with gratitude for the help that you have given us, as well as colleagues and especially the Secretariat of this House, the energy and support they have given this bill. And perhaps, Speaker, you will consider allowing me to bring my live band to Senate one day to for an evening of live music to extend my gratitude, Speaker.
Proceed now then.
With that,
Senator.
Speaker, I do move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bill number 7 of 2023, and its approval thereof. I thank you.
I now proceed to put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023, and its approval thereof. We're proceeding to the next bill, that is the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023. I will ask the mover Majority Leader, please move.
But I don't have the paperwork. Good.
County Public Finance, that's County Public Finance. County Public Finance.
Are you sure it's the one?
Just read. Use that one.
Honorable Chairperson, this is the one, it's this bill, eh? Or probably, yeah. I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 39 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We're proceeding to the next bill, the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. I will ask the mover to proceed. Amel, just do it.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Assembly's Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 34 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I now proceed to put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. The next honorable members reporting on the County Assembly Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024. Chairperson, please proceed to move.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I now put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments. Now, honorable senators, will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We are now reporting on the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022. And I'll ask the mover to move.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I now proceed to put the question that the committee do report to the Senate its consideration of the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments. Honorable members, will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now we are on the last reporting. This is the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023. I'll ask the mover to proceed to move.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg pursuant. Wait. Okay. Pursuant to Standing Order number 153, I beg to move that the Committee of the Whole do report on its consideration of the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2023, and seek leave to sit again tomorrow.
Honorable Senators, I proceed to put the question that the Committee of the Whole do report on its consideration of the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023, and seek leave to sit again tomorrow. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Senator Eddie Okech, please approach the chair. Sergeant at Arms, you may now draw the bar and open the doors.
Honorable Senators, Mr. Speaker,
Senator Sifuna, approach the chair. Honorable Senators, we are now reporting on the bills. We start with the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023. Mover. Who is the mover of this? Where?
Senator Sige, here, we are here.
Oh, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, and seeks leave to sit again tomorrow. Sorry, Honorable Speaker, I'll retake it again. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, and its approval thereof without amendments.
Without amendments, yeah, good. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. And Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that putting of the question on the third reading of the bill be deferred to tomorrow. My apologies. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I ask Senator Eddy to second.
Chair, I second.
Senators, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of that opinion say aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the putting of the question on the third reading of the bill be deferred to tomorrow pursuant to Standing Order 66.
Mover, just move the third reading.
Okay, very well, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, be now read a third time. And I would like to request Senator Crystal Asige to second.
Thank you, Speaker. I second as moved.
I propose the question that the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2023, be now read at that time. That's when she request.
Yes, there's no one interested. Over to the plan.
I can see there is no member interested to contribute to this. The mover to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I now wish to beg to move that the putting of a question on the third reading of the bill be deferred to tomorrow, pursuant to Standing Order 66-3.
Okay. Permission granted. We go to the next bill. Which is the consideration of the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023. Chairperson. Where? Where is it starting?
Mr. Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023, and approval thereof.
Mover.
Speaker, I beg that the House do agree with the committee on the said report.
Who is seconding?
I request Senator Eddie Okech to second.
Senator Eddie Okech.
Chair, I second.
I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. Honorable Senators, having considered and approved that, well as many as of that opinion, similar opinion say aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Senators, having considered and approved the National Assembly amendments to the Persons with Disabilities Bill, Senate Bills number 7 of 2023, there will be no third reading. The bill will be referred to His Excellency, the President, for assent. Now we are on the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023. Chairperson.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Wamatinga to second.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to second.
Honorable Senators, you know we have not suspended the rules of the House, Senator Mofaya and your colleague, Senator Gloria, right? I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 39 of 2023, be now read a third time. I request Senator Matinga to second.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I second.
Thank you. The question that the County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 39 of 2023, now be read at that time. Over to reply.
Pursuant to Standing Order number 66-3, I beg to request that the putting of a question be deferred to a later date.
Very well. We are now on the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023. Chairperson. Chairperson. County Assembly Services Amendment Bill.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Majority Whip has diverted the attention of the chairperson together with Senator Cherargei. Mr. Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Assembly Services Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 34 of 2023, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Okay, mover.
Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Lomonen to second.
Senator Lomonen.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to second.
We are now on the County Assembly's Pensions Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2023. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Joyce Correa to second.
Senator Colil, Joyce.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question. Senator Veronica, you risk going back to where you came from because I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. As those of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Mover.
I beg to move that the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2024, be now read a third time. I request Senator Ledama Olekina to second.
Senator Lendama.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
I propose the question that the County Assembly's Pension Scheme Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2024, be now read a third time. So I will request the mover to reply.
Honorable Chair, Honorable Speaker, in accordance to Standing Order number 66.3, I beg to request that the putting of a question be deferred to another date. I thank you.
Now we are on the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Senate do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Professor Margaret Kamar.
Senator Professor Margaret Kamar.
Mr. Speaker, I support. Sorry, I second.
I propose the question that the Senate do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the Senate do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of the similar opinion say aye. Aye. As many as those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2022, be now read a third time. Mr. Speaker, I request Senator Veronica Maina to second.
Senator Maina Duarte.
Honorable Speaker, I second. Thank you.
I propose the question that the Land Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2022, be now read at that time. I request the mover to reply.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to request that in accordance to Standing Order number 66.3, that if the putting of a question be deferred to a later time.
That's okay. We are now on the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 24 of 2023, and seeks leave to sit again tomorrow.
Yes, mover.
Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I request Senator Danson Buya Mungatana to second.
Mr. Speaker, I second. Thank you.
I propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. I put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the same report. As many as of those of similar opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. That's the end of that business. Senator Veronica Maina, approach the chair. Clerk, let's go to the next one.
Order number 15, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations and the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights on a petition to the Senate by Mr. Laban Omusundi concerning registering and restraining county governments from hiring law firms to represent them in court cases.
Senator Osotsi, and a balance of 13 minutes. So if he's allowed, he can utilize his minutes. If not, we go to the next. Go to Senator Delegation Samson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. From the onset, I want to make a few observations on this petition and thank Mr. Laban Omusundi concerning this is a very important. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to say that I'm the midwife of the county attorney Act of 2020, and I remember our clerk here, Clerk Avata, was my clerk then when I used to chair the powerful Committee of Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights. And luckily she's seated at the table of clerks. And we did a good job, according to my estimations, Mr. Speaker, sir, because many counties were using this avenue of outsourcing legal counsel, Mr. Speaker, as a way of siphoning public money. And we totaled the House in the last session, and I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, because also I know, Mr. Speaker, you are part of the instrumental people who also assisted us in the National Assembly in passing this when you served in the lower house, Mr. Speaker. And I saw your colleague, one of your colleagues yesterday, was dismissing this house as a house or nyumba ya wazee. And it is very unfortunate because it came from the minority leader on the floor of the House. And I don't know, Mr. Speaker, as an observation, I don't know why would the Speaker of National Assembly allow the Senate to be discussed in bad faith, especially when the reporting of the mediation on bicameral came yesterday. And I thought all of us, under Article 93, it is defined as Parliament. I don't know why National Assembly feel threatened with the existence of the Senate. Yet we only serve one person, and that is Wanjiku, Mr. Speaker. We are serving one Kenyan, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to urge, and you supported us, Mr. Speaker, we passed this act into law, and I'll appeal to both houses to have mutual respect to each other. As we sometimes think that the National Assembly, and Mr. Speaker, today in the afternoon where you have presided ably, we have assisted in passing many bills that come from National Assembly. So this disdain towards the Senate should stop, and I want to advise the minority leader of the National Assembly. There are much more important things to do for Kenyans rather than fighting the Senate or demanding that the Senate be removed or be, and we are not complaining. He's saying that there is no work in Senate. We have a lot of work. Defending and protecting interests of the counties is not easy. It is a very serious work, and therefore they should avoid underestimating and serve Kenyans. So, Speaker, you know, National Assembly oversight the national government. They should do their job. We have so many projects of national government that National Assembly should ensure that they oversight and ensure that and even they have issues of CTF that they should focus on. But, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that you outgrown that lower house, and now you are one of the senior members of this country. And by the way, Mr. Speaker, on a lighter note, most senior people in government now are former senators. So the nation takes senators seriously, including you as your friend, the Deputy President, Senator Professor Kithure Kindiki was a member of this house. Many cabinet ministers were members of this house, although a few of them are underperforming. And I want to join your members of parliament that we need in Meru proper security. I know there have been cases of insecurity, and we support, Mr. Speaker, that security should be taken and ensure the Meru people enjoy peace and security in that region. Mr. Speaker, on this issue of this petition by Mr. Musundi, I want to comment. My only concern, while I don't have a problem that this petition landed in jailer, the recommendations looks pedestrian, Mr. Speaker, with a lot of tremendous respect. Mr. Speaker, because the facts that are there, for example, Mr. Speaker, and I deal with numbers. Mr. Speaker, they say numbers don't lie. There is a song sung by Shakira, Mr. Speaker, and you know Shakira sang one of the best songs during the previous World Cup, Mr. Speaker. He says other things can lie, hips lie, but numbers don't lie, Mr. Speaker. The numbers that I have here, can you believe, Mr. Speaker, out of 562.5 billion of 36 counties, Mr. Speaker, 25.43 billion are pending bills that are that are being paid from in the financial year as of 30 June 2024. From 2013, the pending bill of legal and law firms in this country is 25.423 billion, Mr. Speaker. This shows that this amount does not reflect, and that is the reason, and we have asked this question, Mr. Speaker, can you believe in Public Accounts Committee, where I've sat for some time, when governors appear, they cannot give us, even the Auditor General has tried to audit counties in terms of court cases, the number of court cases that people go, they cannot give us. Even we have asked counties, why don't you, how many cases did you file to pay this amount? They can't come. Mr. Speaker, can you believe some of the counties have not even hired the county attorney? Yet under the County Attorney Act of 2020, it is very clear, Mr. Speaker, that person should be 5 years of legal standing or an advocate of the High Court and has the same status of a county executive member. Because we believe when a county attorney sits in the county cabinet, it will assist in providing legal advice during the cabinet meetings at the county governments. But can you believe, up to date, since the assent by the president of the County Attorney Act, some of the counties are yet to hire the county attorney. Some of the counties are yet to build the county state office or the county attorney. I'm happy for what is happening in Kilifi, Mr. Speaker. They have a serious litany of lawyers, Mr. Speaker, that are working day and night to ensure, Mr. Speaker. So I want to challenge governors, and I saw Nandi is also on the list of shame. In the financial year, Mr. Speaker, and finally, the governor of Nandi is a lawyer. Yet he has been outsourcing, and in the last audit that came out, Mr. Speaker, Nandi paid 34 million Kenyan shillings to legal fees. And no one knows the law firm, no one knows the court cases that Nandi County government did. It is a way of siphoning of money by Governor Sang, Mr. Speaker. Because where does the 34 million go? Where does 34 million that has been paid? And this is the report of the Attorney General, Mr. Speaker. There is no law firms, there is no number of cases, Mr. Speaker, that has been given to justify the payment of 34 million by the Nandi County government to these law firms, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, it is a priority. Mr. Speaker, when you go to Murang'a County, where my brother and our former chief whip, Senator Governor Dr. Irungu Kang'ata, Mr. Speaker, if you go, the priority in Murang'a, under the guidance of Governor Irungu Kang'ata, Mr. Speaker, they have even upgraded Murang'a Youth Service that are doing a good job, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, Governor Kang'ata has ensured that his priority has changed even as we talk today. It is the only county that has a mobile machine that is used for dialysis, Mr. Speaker. For us, Mr. Speaker, every weekend we attend a number of Harambes for medical expenses. But Governor Kang'ata has bought a mobile dialysis machines that assist patients across Murang'a County, Mr. Speaker. You can see the priority, Mr. Speaker, smart city. Most of the Murang'a towns, and I hope the Senator Veronica Maina is informing you that Governor Kang'ata has ensured there is what we call smart city by putting cabros in most of the trading centers to avoid mud during the rainy season. So if you go to Murang'a, Mr. Speaker, it shows you that the governor has realized that there is much better priority in terms of expenses as opposed to spending through legal expenses, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yesterday evening it rained. And I know, Mr. Speaker, personally knowing you, I know you rarely get into the house. At least after presiding over the house, you want to get updates from Meru County. And I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, you don't enter into the house, and there was a football match yesterday where Arsenal was playing. There was Bayern and Inter Milan yesterday, Mr. Speaker. And I can assure you by 10, or was it 9:30 or 9, this city was raining. Mr. Speaker, within 2 hours, the whole city was flooded because of poor drainage network in this city, Mr. Speaker. But when you go to Kang'ata's county, Mr. Speaker, at least there's some progress. But when you look at Nairobi City County, Mr. Speaker, the pending bill of Nairobi City County in legal fees, and I have my numbers here, Mr. Speaker, is 21 billion, Mr. Speaker. They are paid 2.1 billion. Even Meru, Mr. Speaker, is another victim, but I hope the new governor, Governor Reverend Isaac Mutuma, will rectify that mistake that had been committed in for the last 2 years, where Meru knew no peace, Mr. Speaker, courtesy of the former Governor Kawira. Mr. Speaker, and therefore looking at Nairobi, are paying 27 billion. 20 billion, Mr. Speaker, 21.3 billion is a pending legal fees by Nairobi City County. You saw the other day, Mr. Speaker, a farm associated to Donald Kipkorir, that courts directed 1.3 billion to be paid. Mr. Speaker, I am not surprised that most of the governors are colluding with some of these law firms. And you remember Donald Kipkorir, who went to court, even wrote in his official Twitter handle that allegedly the 1.3 billion, the governor of Nairobi, Sakaja, wanted almost a half of 1.3 billion, Mr. Speaker. This is very shameful, Mr. Speaker. And that shows that Governor Sakaja is doing nothing. Yesterday, the whole city was flooded. Within 2 hours, the poor development record of Governor Sakaja had been exposed because there were floods, Madam Speaker, sorry. I know, Madam Speaker, you don't say outside beyond 6. But for some of us who operate at night, they tell you we had problems accessing our houses, Mr. Speaker, because most of the roads were flooded, poor drainage network, poor development. But the governor of Nairobi wants to pay 1.3 billion to legal fees, which is a priority in this city, Mr. Speaker. Even you saw, Mr. Speaker, in what you call Dishina County, even the Auditor General, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, raised the question on Dishina County by asking who is on the menu. Therefore, Madam Speaker, we must be very careful in this country, because looking at 20 billion, and the courts ordered 1.3 billion, and I wish my brother, Senator Sifuna, was on the House. He was arguing that 1.3 billion should not be paid to the Donald Kipkorir law firm for defending on 2 matters, I think against the land involving military and all these other, Mr. Speaker. I will not be surprised if Nairobi City County pays 1.3 billion, but they cannot fix the poor drainage network, especially during this rainy season, under the poor development record of Governor Sakaja, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker. Finally, Madam Speaker, on another issue that has been raised, let me go quickly to recommendations. Capacity building, I don't see this recommendation being necessary, Madam Speaker. It is not necessary. County to the legal framework, I don't know. I wish the chairperson of JLAG was here. Why would you want to build a capacity of an advocate who went to 4 years? He went to 2 years to Kenya School of Law. He has gone for pupillage. Why would you want to build a capacity? Mr. Speaker, I am embarrassed with recommendation number 3, where it says, county governments are advised to seek representation from external legal firms, occasionally when handling complex or specialized legal services. In this case, the county government should procure external legal services through the office of the county attorney, and the cost should be in line with the relevant laws and regulations, maybe through the advocate's remuneration order. Madam Speaker, I am embarrassed. Why an advocate like you and me, who have gone to Kenya School of Law, have done bachelors of law from the great school called Moi University, as an LLM, has gone to pupillage? Why would you say the county attorney, who is a county attorney in Vihiga, should outsource to some law firm in Luanda or in Kisumu? Mr. Speaker, this recommendation is embarrassing at all costs, Madam Speaker. As an advocate of the High Court, I felt embarrassed by this recommendation, because it shows we are hiring the lower cream of the legal minds. And, Mr. Speaker, the county attorneys of this country should protest with this recommendation. Why would you want to hire somebody to do specialized cases, which is specialized and complex cases that an advocate of the High Court cannot, Madam Speaker, cannot capture? Madam Speaker, I have seen, even the committee is not aware, that there is a court decision in Kitale, where it said that the verification of pending bills is an exclusive. And I hope Senator Orwaba is listening to this, and Senator Otsosi, the deputy party leader. The court that they sued against Natembea, Governor Natembea pending committee, the courts ruled that the verification of pending bills is an exclusive mandate of the office of the Auditor General, Nancy Katungu. Madam Speaker, are you getting that pregnant and heavy point that I'm making? And I was even shocked that the CS of Health, Aden Bare Duale, went ahead and gazetted verification committee, pending verification committee against NHIF claims and pending bills. That's illegal. That is the work of the Attorney General. I wish CS Aden Duale should have requested the office of Nancy Katungu to do forensic audit, because the courts have ruled, Madam Speaker, that the verification of pending bills is an exclusive mandate of the Office of the Auditor General. And therefore, I hope the CS of Health should also look at the Constitution and request, and the law allows you to request Nancy Katungu to do what we call forensic IT audit, Madam Speaker, and regular audits that are being done. Madam Speaker, and therefore recommendation number 4 or number 5 falls flat on its face. Madam Speaker, there is a recommendation says SRC. And therefore, Madam Speaker, advise the CS of Health that the issue of verification of pending bills is an exclusive domain of Office of the Auditor General. And he would have requested for forensic audit by the Office of the Auditor General. The SRC does not have, Madam Speaker, you know, our advocates remuneration order sets our engagement on how we charge our clients. But the committee is recommending that SRC should guide. SRC themselves have failed the MCS. When we invited SRC to be here, Madam Speaker, they failed to give us a way out on how to handle welfare and issues of MCS. So how can you invite MCS when advocates' remuneration order has already been given? Madam Speaker, finally, with this, this issue of fees regulation, you cannot regulate unless you amend the advocates' remuneration order. Madam Speaker, all said and done, I want to appeal to governors, and I want to ask members here, including the Nairobi delegation, who just walked in, that the issue of pending bills, in my own belief, and yesterday I listened to submission of Deputy Party Leader of ODM, Senator Outsourcing. This is a software where governors are using to eat the money, in quotes. If you read the book by John Kidongo, It's Our Turn to Eat, and you see how corruption is being described in that book by It's Our Turn to Eat by John Kidongo, Madam Speaker, it shows you that corruption has a web. So governors have realized the only way, look for a law firm in town, agree using the remuneration order, come and sit, pay that law firm, and then, Madam Speaker, we didn't fight for resources to go to Mashinani for governors to go and hire law firms, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, with those very many remarks, because my time is spent, I request that I oppose this motion, and I thank you, Madam Speaker, for the indulgence.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator from Nandi, Chiradige, Senator Chiradige. Senator Gloria Magoma Oroba.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to add my views on this particular petition. Madam Speaker, I'm trying to get the name of the I'm trying to get the name of the petitioner because I was so deep into the because I would like to commend him, Mr. Laban Omusundi. I would like to commend Mr. Laban Omusundi for this because, Madam Speaker, there's an assumption that as a Kenyan, an active Kenyan, you cannot do anything when you see things going wrong. That assumption has forced many of our young, active Kenyans to end up just showcasing their dissatisfaction in government services and all these other things that are happening online. And many a times when I engage with these young people, I tell them that, do you know you can bring a petition to the floor of the House? Do you know you can actually engage the National Assembly and the Senate on matters that you think should be changed? And that is why I want to commend Mr. Laban, because he has taken the extra step of taking action and bringing something substantial in form of a petition for us to go through as legislators and for the JLAC committee, Mr. Speaker, to actually go through. Madam Speaker, sorry, I want to say this. I was a bit disappointed that a petition or a matter that involves lawyers and a specific industry was actually sent to a committee that has conflict of interest, Madam Speaker. I say that because, Madam Speaker, I know you also sit in that committee, but I say that because, you know, it is like expecting a chicken to get justice in a court of maize. It cannot work, Madam Speaker, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of conflict. And the members of the jailer committee, if I'm not mistaken, maybe only 2 are not lawyers. Everyone in that committee, even, I don't know if Senator Karen Nyamu is in that committee. She's in that committee and she's also a lawyer. So, Madam Speaker, it is like lawyers have sat together, a petition has been brought. This petition, so that I can simplify it for the public, this petition that was brought by Mr. Laban has found out that lawyers are making a killing through county assemblies. Lawyers are coming up with all sorts of services that they would like to render to the county assemblies, and they have gotten into a very strong relationship, either a marriage or a mpango wa kando, and they have said, we are going to work together, Madam Speaker. And Mr. Laban, being an active Kenyan citizen who wants to see this country going in the right direction, has realized that we are losing a lot of money through this arrangement where county governments are actually hiring lawyers to execute even just simple matters of representations and mentions in court. And they are really charging an arm and a leg. And it has become a sort of a pool of cartels. So, Madam Speaker, I am pretty sure that when Mr. Laban brought this petition to this upper house, where he knew we were going to really thoroughly look into this issue, he did not expect that it is the same lawyers who are going to receive that petition. He did not expect that it is the same people who are making a killing, or at least who are part of that industry, who are going to receive that.
What's your point of order, Senator? I also say.
Madam Speaker, I didn't want to have trouble with my good sister, Oroba. But, Madam Speaker, you know the rules of this House. Is it in order for her to impute improper motives on the colleagues without a substantive motion?
Senator Gloria, I know you have insinuated like this matter was taken to JLAC, where a number of the people who sit, the senators who sit in JLAC are equally distinguished counsels. And I know it's a dicey situation. Nonetheless, you should avoid imputing bad motive on the lawyers who sit on that committee. So you can proceed on with debating, but don't insinuate. I've heard of the strong marriage relationship on mpango wa kando, while actually the mpango wa kando context is also equally unparliamentary language, unless we are described for what mpango wa kando is. And I believe we are using the English language, which does not have those 2 words. Thank you. Proceed.
Madam Speaker, I will withdraw the mpango wa kando, because actually that is Swahili, and our standing orders, you pick one language, and I picked English, so I will go by English. Madam Speaker, I meant to say an arrangement of some sort, like a second wife, a mistress, or a person outside of a partnership that is official. And Madam Speaker, it was a metaphor, because what has been elaborated by this petition by Mr. Laban, if you are a student of some of the schools that we have gone to, you know, the group of schools and schools like St. George's, you will know that metaphors are just used to elaborate a situation. However, I withdraw the mpango wa kando. Madam Speaker, under 105, the standing order, you are supposed to restrict yourself to statements of fact, Madam Speaker. It is a fact that the jailer committee is constituted of members who, majority of them, are actually lawyers with law firms, practicing, active, Madam Speaker. So I do not think I've crossed any line. So
yes, that is a statement of fact.
Yes.
I think the problem is the imputing of the bad motive. That should be distinguished from the reference to them being lawyers. It's okay, they are lawyers, that's a statement of fact. And I quite agree, it's in order, understanding order 105. The problem is the nexus of the lawyers with bad motive, unless you have evidence to support the bad motive. I think that's the gist of the objection being raised by Senator Osotsi.
Madam Speaker, I stand guided. However, my point is very strong. What I'm trying to say is that if a matter is brought to this floor and it is a discussion on a specific area of interest, where as a member, in fact, our standing orders, if the clerks can assist me, there's a standing order where members are supposed to actually openly say that I cannot discuss this matter because I might have some sort of interest, so there's conflicting. There's actually a standing order for that. And what I want the public to know is that I am saddened, and I'm disappointed that when the petition was brought to this house, it was directed very quickly to the JLAC committee. My point here being, we are having an issue where we are saying there are legal firms and lawyers who have become a little bit ambitious, maybe say too much, over-ambitious, who have decided that they'd rather even take 10% of work from a specific area, but a majority of their work is actually from the county assemblies, Madam Speaker. And you know, this issue, as much as we want to skirt around it and go with the standing orders, even the ruling that came out, Madam Speaker, if we were to interrogate the beneficiaries of the 1-point-something billion that's coming from the Nairobi County, Madam Speaker, if we were to interrogate some of the lawyers who are benefiting from it, Madam Speaker, I am almost 75% sure we are going to find our colleagues, our practicing colleagues in it. So, Madam Speaker, what I'm saying is, to begin with, that petition should have never gone to the JLAC committee. Because, again, there is conflict of interest. Because, Madam Speaker, how can they be able to, you know, give an opinion?
Senator Sigei, what's your point of order?
Madam Speaker, is the senator, in order to purport that the particular petition was committed to JLAC committee alone, I wanted also to inform her that this motion or petition was committed to the Committee on Devolution chaired by Senator Abbas, and it had a joint sitting with the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Is she in order, therefore, to say that it was committed to JLAC without making reference to the other committee?
Okay. Let's hear the second point of order by Senator Kenywa, and then I'll give guidance on the issues being raised on the point of order. Senator Kenywa.
Madam Speaker, many of the petitions and statements are normally committed to the respective committee by the Speaker of this House. Is member in order to insinuate she's trying to direct or to question the capacity of the Speaker of this House, Madam Speaker?
Senator Gloria, first, the point of order raised by Senator Sigei is that, factually speaking, that petition was committed to a joint sitting of the Committee on Devolution and the Committee on the JLAC Committee. So do start guided. Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Speaker. As I stand guided.
And on, I've not finished. And on the second point of order, the committing of that petition was by the chair of this House, that is the Honorable Speaker. And he has powers under the standing orders to commit the petitions. So please stand guided on those two issues, points of orders that have been raised. And you can respond to them, but with due reference to the notification served by the two senators.
Chair, I am aware that this committee recommendation is a joint committee between Devolution and JLAC. Madam Speaker, no one is arguing whether these recommendations are from JLAC or from what. This is a joint recommendation. And the two players here are the JLAC committee and the Devolution committee. Madam Speaker, I'm really wondering why there are so many points of orders, because all the points of orders are culminating to don't say what you're saying. But Madam Speaker, it will be, seriously, I have been mentored to understand that when I'm standing at the floor of the House, I'm addressing Kenyans who actually would like to understand what is happening in that house, Madam Speaker.
Senator Gloria, let me guide you finally on this matter. All senators are within their rights when they raise a point of order, and they can have a right to raise at every second, especially if the senator who is giving their contribution is raising issues that are objectionable or they feel they ought to raise a point of order. So they are within their rights, and you are also within your right to respond to those points of order as you continue to debate. You may proceed now.
Thank you, Madam
Guided that
Speaker.
when you refer to the resolutions of that joint committee, the reference is to the joint committee, not to one committee.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Again, I stand guided. But however, Madam Speaker, I would like to first of all find out if my time has been frozen, and I'm going to get back my time. And Madam Speaker, I would also want to say that as I am on the floor of the House, I am giving an opinion of what I think about this committee and about this report, and I'm giving my opinion based on how I understand things operate, Madam Speaker. So I stand guided. I'm not imputing improper motive. I am stating facts, and I understand that the chair, that is the Speaker of the House, has got all the powers to delegate or to send a matter to certain committees. This one was sent to the Devolution Committee and the Legal Affairs, but Madam Speaker, I'm also saying the Speaker is a human being, and I know that I'm let me say I'm a first timer, and therefore sometimes when you say I would like to advise someone, they say you don't know anything. But if I had the opportunity to advise the Speaker prior to this being sent to the Jailer Committee, I would have advised him that, you know, the Jailer Committee is constituted of lawyers, and this matter is touching on how lawyers are operating in counties, and therefore perhaps consider, even if you're going to put in lawyers, because maybe they understand the technicalities and they might be able to throw in and shed some light in terms of billing and things like that, you should definitely consider putting another committee, for instance, one that touches on human rights, you know, one that safeguards, like even the Labor Committee, for instance, because we are touching on matters of the in-house legal counsel. And I have seen that some of the recommendations that the Joint Committee have put is the capacity building of the in-house legal counsel so that they can be able to carry out all these cases. So I'm just saying, in future, if a matter comes in and it touches particularly on a certain industry, and you notice that a committee, whether ad hoc or whichever committee that it is being delegated to, this is now my random and solicited advice to the Speaker, it would be wise enough, because of the issue of conflict of interest, to at least find maybe a third and fourth party to be part of that joint committee. So, Madam Speaker, my point here being, if you look at the recommendations, which are not so many for coming from a joint committee, 2 committees, each committee has 9 members, so 18 people. We have 7 recommendations, Madam Speaker, and in all these 7 recommendations, even as I was going through all of this, and this is now where we talk about diversity in thought, the only, according to me, relevant recommendation that is in this joint committee recommendation is actually recommendation number 6, which is the Salaries and Remuneration Commission should provide clear guidelines and advisories on salaries and allowances for legal counsel across the national and county governments to enhance legal representation of the counties. Why do I say that, Madam Speaker? Everyone is quick to say that counties should not outsource legal services. That's fine. Some counties in a month have got up to 15 cases from various sides. Their in-house counsel in some counties, you'll find they have a lead counsel and maybe 1 assistant. When we are talking about don't outsource the services, what is the alternative? So that's why I'm saying, if there was someone outside who is not a lawyer, they would not be keen on structuring how the outsourced services are being outsourced. They'll be thinking, if we are saying we don't outsource the services, what is the alternative? The alternative is that your in-house counsel is demotivated, because the truth of the matter is that in-house counsel, not only in the county assemblies, but in civil service, are completely demotivated, Madam Speaker. That is the truth of the matter. To an extent that they feel even a case that they can execute, whether it falls in their arena of expertise. They think, I mean, if we can get external services, why not? Why should I burden myself, and yet I am not motivated, and yet I am not actually remunerated well enough? I am not, county government is not really investing in me. They are not putting in resources and money in terms of learning and development. Madam Speaker, that's why I'm saying, for me, when I looked at this recommendation, if we had diversity of thoughts outside of legal counsels, yani outside of lawyers, then some of us will be able to tell you, okay, we have focused on the outsourced services. But the alternative is, of all the 7 recommendations, just this one recommendation is looking into how are we going to take care of this in-house counsel that is supposed to take care of all these cases, Madam Speaker. A county like Nairobi, I think every day they are being sued. Every single day. How many court cases? God knows. Madam Speaker, we have heard Senator Cherargei saying that even an in-house committee that has been put together to affirm and check which are these pending bills for legal representation, Senator Cherargei is saying even that is illegal. So who is supposed to check on which lawyer has been paid, for what representation, for what submissions, and what? So what I'm saying, Madam Speaker, is, number one, I think if we had a standing order that was going to allow us to redo this thing, I would say that this joint committee, first of all, should have been disbanded. They remove the lawyers, put 1 or 2 lawyers for purposes of legal expertise to tell us that you can't do that because under, the Law Society of Kenya, ABCD. And then, Madam Speaker, I have seen my light has gone on, and I am 100% sure that my time was not safeguarded, Madam Speaker. I don't know if you can rule on that.
Senator Gloria, when points of orders are raised, it's based on what you're submitting on the floor of the House. It is based on those submissions that objections will be done. So ideally, what you should do when you take up the floor is utilize your time well and stay within the standing order. So proceed on with the yellow light on.
Madam Speaker, let me summarize by saying, again, maize cannot receive justice in the chicken's court. The lawyers should have never been involved. And also, I don't support this report.
Senator Gloria, also to now finally assure you that the point of orders took about 3 minutes and your time was frozen on those points of orders. Proceed.
Madam Speaker, let me just summarize by saying and informing Kenyans that, and especially Laban, I want to say I'm sorry that your petition landed in a joint committee that was largely based on a representation of lawyers. I do not support this report.
What is your point of order, Senator Kenya? Senator Gloria, resume your seat. It will be frozen on that.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to be guided on the issue that, because I'm listening to Senator Gloria, and she's making a lot of points. So my query is, in this report, I want you to guide us, in this report, are we going to amend anything, or once the report is written or tabled by the 2 committees, the way it was tabled?
Senator Kenya, you know that does not fall within any point of order.
No, I just want to guide us, Madam Chair, so that when I contribute...
resume your seat.
Madam Chair, I wanted so that when I'm contributing, whether I'll be making sense or I'll be wasting time.
Senator Kenya, you'd rather seek that clarification when it's your time to contribute.
Madam
Just allow Senator Gloria to finish, because it has, your point of order has nothing to do with Senator Gloria's contribution.
She's making a lot of sense, Madam Chair.
Don't
she's
steal
making
her
a lot
time.
of sense, Madam Chair. So I wanted to know, with a lot of humility.
Senator Kenya, I have guided you. Please resume your seat. Allow Senator Gloria. You're using her very few minutes wrongly.
Madam Speaker, I want to say, I was apologizing to the petitioner Laban that he has brought a very strong petition. Unfortunately, it has landed to the wrong table in terms of who should look into it, according to my opinion. And I want to apologize to him because I'm a member of this House, and I want to encourage him to bring another petition that will land probably in the right hands, and then we can be able to execute the matter. Madam Speaker, I also want to conclude by saying that there's only one recommendation here that I stand by, and that is enhancing the capacity through learning and leadership of the in-house council so that they may be able to take up more and more courses, and SRC should be able to remunerate the in-house council in a way that is motivating. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, I honestly do not support this report. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your point of order, Senator Osotsi?
Madam Speaker, I really wanted to say this when she was on the floor. But I want to say, you know, that committee, it is not true that it has only lawyers. We have very two serious members who are well grounded in civil society. That is Senator Asige and Senator Okia Omtata. And these are members who cannot do the kind of things Senator Gloria is trying to insinuate. I want to suggest that I think Speaker, Madam Speaker, when a member is contributing to this kind of debate, I still insist that debating a member or other members without a substantive motion, even if you have the facts, it is not proper. It is against the rules of the House, and I think, Madam Speaker, you allowed Gloria a lot of leeway to run away with that. I think next time that should not happen, because, no, I'm not direct, I'm talking to the House. I'm not talking to the chair. So I think it is out of order for that kind of scenario to arise, where any one of us, including myself, I cannot stand here and start debating the conduct of a member or other members without a substantive motion. Even if I have the facts with me, that is out of order. And Mr. Speaker, I would like that those statements that Senator Gloria has stated be expunged from the records of this House.
Thank you for raising that point of order. In actual sense, and very strictly speaking, that is the position, that you don't debate members unless you have a substantive motion. We had guided Senator Gloria, and she withdrew the aspect that dealt with the ill motive, the insinuation of bad motives. Yes, you can reference to a committee, but the work of the committee, but not to debate specific members. And I guess her contribution should be taken within the context of reference to the specific committees that generated the report. And she withdrew the aspect of the ill motive, so that it is the work that the committee did that was brought into question. But Senator Gloria, I think the point of order raised by Senator Osotsi is a serious point of order to always be emphasized on, so that you distinguish between the two to avoid disparaging members when they have no right of response or right of defending themselves, and especially when they are absent from the House. But it's taken within the context of the committee work. With reference to Senator Kenywa's point of order, which was a bit misplaced at the point when it was brought to the floor of the House, but which is also a serious clarification being sought on how a report should be handled when a member feels that something needs to be injected. I believe a contribution from a member into a report to even request an amendment or a suggestion that brings more value to that report from the floor of the House would quite be in order, because committees work at the direction and instruction of the House, and they represent the House. So if the House of the Senate feels that there's something in a report that needs to be beefed up or a gap that needs to be filled, it is in order for the senator to raise that issue, and if it's substantial and members vote in favor, then it should be able to be included in the report. That would be the guide I would give regarding what contribution, the effect of the contributions members make, especially when they want to request for amendments or to request a value add to the report. That should be in order. So with that, I want to ask Senator Nyamu Karen to take the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Today I speak both as a lawyer and a member of the JLAC committee that prepared this report. And I will not be visiting the recommendations because I'm part and parcel of the process that came up with those recommendations. But I want to say this, Madam Speaker, that what is happening in our county governments is organized corruption. And I dare say that fraudulent legal claims in public institutions, and particularly our county governments, is a new frontier for corruption in our country, Madam Speaker. If you observe the urgency in which legal fees are settled at the expense of development budgets in our counties, you will realize something is fishy. Our county governments are cash-strapped, yet we rush or we give priority to the pending bills of our legal fees. It is tantamount to making money when you view it as a layman, and even as a lawyer. It is tantamount to making money by shuffling papers here and there, and the profit margins are huge, Madam Speaker. We are charged in this House to protect the funds that we dispense to the counties. And so, Madam Speaker, if we do not arrest this trend that has been going on for a while, we will end up pouring into a leaking, I know it in Swahili, into a leaking basket, so to speak, Madam Speaker. In Nairobi, when this new administration, this new government by Sakaja, when we came into place, the pending legal fees bill was 5.1 billion Kenya shillings. And I remember Sakaja appointed a 5-member committee that was called the Legal Fees Verification Committee that brought it down significantly to 2.7 billion shillings, which is by all means a very huge amount, Madam Speaker. That is money that can ensure Nairobi hospitals are equipped with medicine, that our hospitals are equipped with other medical equipment, that can make sure our youth are employed, that can make sure our roads are in good shape, and so on, Madam Speaker. And that is why we have to take this matter very seriously, because we are losing a lot of money in this manner, Madam Speaker. In Nairobi County, the governor has taken a step, and I want to laud him. He has led in the front. He's leading from the front, and he has recently, I think about a month ago, increased the legal team, the in-house lawyers. He has hired 60 additional, bringing them to 84 in-house lawyers in Nairobi County in a bid to save this money that goes to lawyers in the name of legal fees. I do not want to get into the debate of how these fees come about, if the remuneration order is taken into account, or how these amounts arrived at, because my fellow, other members and my colleagues have dwelled on that. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to draw this House attention to the fact that counties are losing a lot of money through fraudulent legal fees claims. And it is up to us. I don't know if we are going to redo that report that we did as a jailer committee that I am part of, because it is very unpopular before the floor. Clearly, members do not support it. I don't know who is supposed to give the directions. I don't know if it is you, Madam Speaker, who is going to give direction on the next step that we are going to take in order to come up with a report that reflects what is happening on the ground and that reflects the future of how to handle these fees. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Karen. We are done with all those who wanted to contribute to this motion. And what's your point, Senator Osotsi?
Madam Speaker, I was the last speaker yesterday on this motion, and I was told that I have 16 minutes. And I've come to you to plead because I was handling an emergency. So I came in late. So, Madam Speaker, I still want my minutes to contribute to this very important motion. I have pleaded my case before you on why I was not there at the beginning of the debate.
What is your point of order, Senator Gloria, before I give a direction?
Yeah, Madam Speaker, I was
Senator
just going to say I truly empathize with Senator Osotsi because he was very passionate about this matter. However, Madam Speaker, having been mentored, and nowadays you see, Madam Speaker, that I am following the rules and the standing orders. It is very clear in our standing orders, Madam Speaker, and I wanted to take this opportunity because you know when you learn, you also want to share the information to inform Senator Osotsi that it is very clear that, you know, once you lose your opportunity based on our standing orders, you are not, it is gone. So, Madam Speaker, I just wanted to gloat that now, you see, I'm learning, and if you can rule in that direction, I'll be very happy.
What's your point of information, Senator Osotsi?
Now that Senator Glory is in the learning mood, I want to inform her that, Madam Speaker, you have powers under Standing Order number 1 to make a decision that is not provided for in the standing orders, like this one, which I have pleaded with you that I was responding to a family emergency, and I came in late after the debate had started. Can you apply Standing Order number 1?
Senator Osotsi, thank you. I have listened to your plea, and I completely empathize with your situation, especially the emergency that you had, and I hope you have been able to resolve it. But this House is guided by standing orders, and I want to read out for you Standing Order 36, which should also give benefit to Senator Gloria, who in her renewed form now is learning and willing to learn. And I want to read it out so that we also get to also learn along the way. Resumption of interrupted business. Any debate interrupted under this part shall, on coming again before the Senate or the committee, be resumed at the point where it was interrupted. And any senator whose speech was so interrupted shall have the right to speak on such resumption for the remainder of the time available to him or her. But if such a senator does not avail himself or herself of this right, his or her speech shall be deemed to have been concluded. The challenge we have right now is that when this debate resumed, at the point when it resumed, you were called out, and unfortunately you were not there. And there was no explanation on the emergency, so that Standing Order 36 becomes applicable in this situation and the standing order which you want the Speaker to use the discretion on applies to situations which are not expressly provided for. Now, having seen that this situation is provided for under Standing Order 36, I then become bound as a chair to use the standing orders and adopt Standing Order number 36. But in future, when you approach the chair to use Standing Order 1, where the situation allows, you have the assurance of the chair that I will utilize Standing Order 1. But for today's situation, Standing Order 36 applies, so you lost your chance, and we will see you in the next debate. There being no other senator except Senator Otsotsi who is interested in submitting or sharing contribution on this debate, we now call upon the mover to reply. Yes, the mover. If the mover is well guided, to give you a chance.
Madam Speaker, you can be sure that if I had an opportunity to permit my colleague, Senator Osotsi, to second, I definitely would have done it, because I listened to him when he was contributing yesterday, and he entirely supported the particular report. And for very valid reasons, he was able to distinguish himself as one who understood the petition and understood the context of the report by the Joint Committee. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, I'm just replying to the submissions and the comments by members. I would like to first appreciate the following senators who contributed to this motion. Those who supported and those who did not support the motion indeed has enriched the debate on this particular motion, Madam Speaker. Appreciate Senator Sifuna, Senator Olekina, Senator Mungatana, Senator Osotsi, Senator Cherargei, Senator Ruoba, and Senator Karen Nyamu, who've spoken to this particular motion. And I'll say three things, Madam Speaker, with regards to the general contributions that came from the members. One is an appreciation of the petition by Mr. Laban Omusundi. And in appreciating that petition, Madam Speaker, Mr. Laban Omusundi did understand that the lawyers or the county governments or any other such person who would be seeking for legal representation has an entitlement, which is a constitutional right under Article 27 of the Constitution, Article 50 of the Constitution, that specifically speaks to fair hearing. And fair hearing, Madam Speaker, includes the right to get representation of your choice. One of the major issues that the Joint Committee, Madam Speaker, had to consider is that particular provision of the Constitution, whereby if you were on the one hand going to be forced to deny the county governments their right to seek legal representation of their choice, whether in-house or seeking to procure services from external lawyers, that right, Madam Speaker, cannot be taken away. The committee, Joint Committee, was indeed alive to that fact, and it considered the entitlement, which is a constitutional right. I appreciate the contribution by members to that extent, and it informed largely a number of the recommendations which we made, because we needed to safeguard the constitutional provisions. I also would like, Madam Speaker, to still stress the point that in this Joint Committee, there was indeed a diversity of thoughts. The membership to the committee comprised 9 members of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee and 9 members of the Devolution Committee. It did not, as a matter of fact, comprise members who are all lawyers, and therefore, Madam Speaker, it would not have been possible for conflict of interest to be available to all the 18 members, even if for one moment one would think that the lawyers who sat in that committee would have had an interest. But then again, Madam Speaker, I want to confirm the fact that it is not about the conflict of interest that members have alluded to in their support or speaking against the bill. It is about the corruption aspect that is very rampant in our county governments. Why do I say so, Madam Speaker? It is indeed provided under the County Attorneys Act, Section 16, the procedure within which a county government can procure the services of an external lawyer. And one of the main and major proposals, which a number of members, I think this specifically was stated by Senator Mungatana, is that if all the county attorneys, or rather all the county governments, were to support their county attorneys to comply with what the law provides as regards outsourcing legal services, we will not be able to get to the situation we are in as regards pending legal fees, which spills over to billions of shillings from across the 47 counties in this country. Madam Speaker, the main issue here is the corruption that is rampant in our counties. And in the report, we have highlighted in our observation the fact that if only county governments were to comply with the law, including an observation made which we said that parties, where possible, should have pre-engagement agreements where they agree on the terms of engagement, including the legal fees. And I believe that if that were to happen, we will definitely be able to ensure that there is no ballooning of legal fees, but at the same time protect the right and the entitlement of our respective county governments to have their legal representation of the choice. It is also not lost, Madam Speaker, that this law that is in place is sufficient enough to make sure that we protect both the county government and also the external lawyers who equally are entitled in law not to be discriminated against, because denying them the option to bid for and get legal services at the county governments or any other such government agency will also fly against the constitutional provisions which speaks against discrimination of any person, no matter the kind of discrimination. And therefore, Madam Speaker, the recommendations which the committee made had considered all across the board the major issues the stakeholders provided, and also the concerns that all these members have put in. As I conclude, Madam Speaker, I appreciate the fact that indeed the issue has already been raised by the Office of the Auditor General, who was among the stakeholders that contributed to this particular petition, and their observations were fully considered. So, Madam Speaker, as I reply, I want to close at that and appreciate the members who gave us the support. And because of the situation that we are in, I will seek, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 66.3, the deferment of the question to a later date. Madam Speaker, I reply, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Senator Sige. The putting of the question is hereby deferred to the next sitting of this Senate. Honorable Senators, I now take this opportunity to reorganize the standing order and defer order number 16 to order number 21, because the movers of all those motions are not present in the House, so those will be deferred. So, Honorable Senators, there being no other business on the order paper, the Senate stands adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, 10th April 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Thank you.